Hey everybody, it's Lisa from the Silver Farmhouse. So listen, I'm using some aluminum screen that I got in Home Depot. You want aluminum screen. They do make like a plastic mesh screen, but you don't want that. You want the aluminum. I cut 2 large crows, hand-drawn crows out of cardboard to trace on this screen with a Sharpie permanent marker. So I'm just going to trace 2 of these out. You may need things to hold your screen from rolling up on you, and you're eventually going to want to wear gloves. But for right now, I'm just traced 2 crows out on my screen. I am going to take some heavy-duty scissors, and I am going to cut my crows out. I am not cutting my crows out on my trace line. I'm going to leave about a 1/2 inch around my trace line because we need to fold our 2 pieces of crow together. So you're going to need a little leeway to fold. I would leave about a 1/2 inch. And let me tell you, these scissors that I'm using, they're from Walmart. They're by Westcott. They are amazing for cutting screen, cardboard, aluminum, cookie sheets. So just follow your crows, cut them out. Again, you can wear gloves for this part too, but I felt the gloves were very hard when I was cutting. So I'm just going to cut this second crow out right here. And once we're done cutting, we're going to set the 2 of these on top of one another. Guys, listen, don't worry about perfection. Just do the best you can, leaving yourself a 1/2 inch. They'll line up fine. It doesn't have to line up perfect, so don't be going crazy and trying to make it perfect. We're only folding over edges next. I'm going to lay both my crows together. Again, it's hard because they want to roll up on you. So I'm going to flip this over. And then what we're going to start doing is we're going to start folding over the edges. Put the 2 together, putting on some leather gloves because let me tell you, this hurts when you get poked. I'm going to start making sure that I'm grabbing both pieces and folding them over. Leave yourself about a 5-inch spot. If you're making a crow, I'm leaving it on the belly there. We need to stuff him, so you need to have an opening. I'm going around his beak. Make sure you fold over a good 1/2 inch. And you could do hearts with this if you want to and make a stuffed heart. Same thing though, make sure you leave yourself an opening because we need to fill this crow. So I'm just going to continue folding over. But I did miss every now and then. So make sure that you're grabbing both pieces and folding them over. Just a little tip. Take your time and look and make sure that both pieces are there when you're folding them over. All right, what we're going to do now is I'm just going to put something on this to hold this down. I'm taking some silver floral wire. You can use green if you want. And we're going to sew him up with floral wire. Just start, make a twist with your wire. And now it's just going to be sewing, guys. Under and over, under and over. I'm starting at my open spot of the belly. You do not want to sew your belly closed. Leave that spot open. So I started there. And now we're just going to continue sewing with the floral wire all the way around my crow until I hit the other spot that is opened on the belly. Remember, don't sew the belly closed yet. So continue sewing. If you run out of floral wire, wire it off. Just twist it up. See, twist it up. I twisted around his tail. I took a little piece of floral wire that was left. I twisted it around his tail, went in and out. And now I'm going to end with, I don't have any wire left. I'm going to snip it off there. That piece wasn't big enough. I'm just going to add another piece of floral wire, twist it, and I'm going to keep on going. So you're going to just continue all the way around with your floral wire and sew him up. I did spray paint him black once I had him all sewn up, but you can see I still have the belly open. Once you're done sewing him up, make sure you have a long piece of floral wire left to sew his belly up. If you forget, it's okay. You can always add wire. I just left a big tail. I'm taking all this beautiful smelling potpourri mix that I got from Home Goods. It's got everything. It's got dried fruit, pineapples, pumpkins, cinnamon sticks. So I'm going to add all this. I'm actually adding some anise and some cloves into this, dried anise and cloves also. So you're just going to start working in little pieces at a time. I'm using smaller pine cones at the top by his head and his beak. Work them in, add whatever you want to add into yours. I just keep adding a little bit of dried fruit, some pine cones. I don't know if I'm calling these pine cones pineapples, but if I did, I meant pine cones. You can add little dry leaves. I'm not going to add any pumpkins because I like primitive items in my home, so I'm going to keep this crow out all year. But if you just want him for a fall decor, you can add little pumpkins in there. Fill him up as full as you can get him. But remember, you do have to have a little area there to close. I probably will give him a little shake, a little pull, just to get everything to keep falling down and nice and tight in there. I'll add little pieces into his tail. And I took my crow out before I filled him, and I spray painted him with black spray paint. That's your best option to make him the black color, is to use spray paint. And then let him dry for a few hours before you stuff him. So I'm just about at the end, making sure it's nice and full. And then when you get to the end for his belly, kind of do the same thing. You're going to roll over your edges, and you're just going to sew it up. So we're full. So I'm just going to roll his edges over a little bit. Put my gloves back on. Rolling it over. And then just take floral wire and sew him up. Listen, I did spray paint my floral wire that was hanging here. Did it really make a difference? No, because pulling it through the screen, it kind of pulled the spray paint off anyways. So it doesn't matter if you leave wire or not. But we're just going to finish sewing up his belly the same way that we sewed up the rest of the crow. Listen, if you had a seam that popped on you, just squeeze it together, take some floral wire, sew it up. Don't fret over this stuff. Everything is fixable. So let's finish sewing him up. And then guys, once we sew him up, really you could decorate this crow however you want to decorate it. And to end my wire, I just kind of shove it underneath another piece of wire, twist it off. Anything just to get it to stay and not unravel. It's wire, it's not thread. So it's a little harder than thread. But I just twist it around. Now I'm going to take a little bit of black paint and just touch up my wire because it was kind of silver from pulling it through the screen. If you want a hook on this, you can add a hook on the back of his head, either with floral wire or rusty wire. Just make yourself a hoop, twist it up, wire it off. And now I'm just going to decorate him up. I'm using some black and tan check homespun fabric, a little bit of cheesecloth. I do coffee stain my fabric. Love the way it looks when it's coffee stained. And guys, you have an amazing, beautiful crow. And let me tell you, he will smell for years. Because I've done this before with the pumpkin. And they smell for years. Every time I pull my pumpkin out, it still smells. So guys, thank you for watching this quick tutorial and for following the Silver Farmhouse.